Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the presence of millions and millions of Facebook fans, last I checked. And of course, the Amix. Hi, Amix, y'all in there? To witness the rooting out of the dirty, rotten bastard that murdered our dear friend Joe Markham in cold blood and bring them to swift justice. Sorry, that's a murder mystery inside joke. But first, dirtists are gonna do a thing, or is it? And I can't believe nobody else has thought of this before now. Cavid? Or is it pronounced Cavid? Herstonedevitis? I don't know. I'll spell that out later. I promise it works. Right. So anyway, Cavid would like to start by taking a moment to recognize the historical importance of this occasion. It's hard to believe that when they were first started dating, just a few short years ago, marriage equality had not yet been passed in most states, including North Carolina. So they've asked Deb to share a short reading from the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court ruling that made that state the first to legalize same-sex marriage. Deb.
Marriage is a vital social institution. The exclusive commitment of two individuals to each other nurtures love and mutual support. It brings stability to our society. For those who choose to marry and for their children, marriage provides an abundance of legal, financial, and social benefits. In return, it imposes weighty legal, financial, and social obligations. Without question, civil marriage enhances the welfare of the community. It is a social institution of the highest importance. Marriage also bestows enormous private and social advantages on those who choose to marry. Civil marriage is at once a deeply personal commitment to another human being and a highly public celebration of the ideals of mutuality, companionship, intimacy, fidelity, and family. Because it fulfills yearnings for security, safe haven, and connection that express our common humanity, civil marriage is an esteemed institution, and the decision whether and whom to marry is among life's most momentous acts of self-definition. It is undoubtedly for these concrete reasons, as well as for its intimately personal significance, that civil marriage has long been termed a civil right.
Next, we're gonna turn things over to David and Curtis themselves. They've written their own vows for today, so without further ado, I'll hand it over to them.
Curtis, something I don't think I'll ever forget is laying eyes on you after you first walked into the Green Bean before you even saw me. Let's just say, it's not often someone is even more handsome in real life than they are in the pictures they post online. But lucky for me, you have a lot more to offer than just good looks. Although I know you don't like to admit it, even to yourself, you have a deeply caring nature, and you've always been there when I needed you the most, from the relative triviality of day-to-day work stress to much more serious matters like family health issues and loss. I don't believe I can even put into words the comfort you've provided during the past year, when too many plans have had to be canceled, and I found it hard to handle the disappointment. I don't know how I would have been able to manage it alone, and I'm grateful and privileged to have had you by my side the whole time. But to be honest, I knew you were a keeper all the way back when you brought me a jar of pickles on our second date. Every good goyim knows pickles or bagels are the quickest way to a Jew's heart. I'm so proud of all the growth you've had in the last 6 years. Growth in confidence, growth in your career, the willingness to commit to a life together in the full legal sense, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. Sometimes you ask why we seem to work so well together, and to me, it's pretty simple. We share interests, but not too many. We like spending time together, but we equally like our alone time. Some of my favorite moments of ours are just chilling out on the couch, me listening to podcasts and playing terrible Candy Crush Farm Heroes Blossom Saga games on my tablet while you play your slightly more complicated video games or watch TV. And most of all, your cool, calm, and collectedness perfectly balances my type A, still freaking out until we get through airport security neurotics. I so admire your patience and your easygoingness, and still have so much to learn from you about taking a beat to process a situation before reacting. We've almost literally traveled to the ends of the earth together, and I can't wait to do so much more of that, hopefully sooner than later. So, the internet told me that when you write your vows, it's good to use I promise statements, so here's a few. I promise to try to listen at least half as much as I talk. I promise to try my best not to drip coffee all over the house in the mornings. I promise to cut down the bamboo shoots that pop up in our lives, both literal and metaphorical. I love you so much, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Well, mine's very paltry in comparison. But I did my best. Over the last 6 years, you compiled David's top 10 most common phrases list. Just ahead of oy vey, but just behind I love you is the question, why are you like this? And yes, that sounds maybe not the best thing to share in this moment, but it is often indicative of a situation where you and I are in a completely comfortable situation and I'm not feeling the most open. It's usually preceded by a completely safe, harmless question from you asking, what are you watching, or where do you want to go to dinner? You know, normal questions. And when asked, I generally reply with just a look, with no sort of vocal reply. But to finally clear the air and provide the why, it's very simple. It's because I'm still getting used to being with someone who genuinely cares about me. As a skeptic, I have to analyze and wonder, why does he need to know this information? But in the 6 years we've been together, you've done nothing but support and allow me to be myself and care and love. Whether that's simply living together, binging a TV show, or traveling the world and seeing the sights in places like New York, London, Japan, Oklahoma. You've never stopped caring, loving, and showing interest in me and our life together. Every day we spend together and share and grow and love more, I vow to return that love and that support, even when we continue traveling and seeing more sights and Oklahoma.
Well, it seems almost redundant now, but all I really need to hear from the two of you is two little words. So, I'll ask you first, Curtis.
I did.
And Curtis, do you take David to be your husband?
I do.
David, do you take Curtis to be your husband?
I do.
This is beautiful. A special day during a special time of the year. In fact, in addition to COVID becoming a thing, and the Debbie and Joe Markham Hawaiian murder mystery extravaganza, tonight also happens to be the third night of Hanukkah. As a sign of their commitments, Curtis and David would like to join together in a traditional unity candle ceremony with a twist.
So do you want to explain this?
Yes, for the Goyim in the audience, yeah, as Paul said, it's the third night of Hanukkah. So we are going to take a twist on the traditional unity candle ceremony by lighting the menorah for the third night. And before we do that quickly, I'm going to say a quick blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asan nisim la'avotenu b'yamim ha'haim bazman hazeh.
Now in English.
Blessed be. Yeah.
And this is going to be yours.
There we go.
Okay.
That would be real awkward.
What do you mean layers? We have one job.
Guys, it's only awkward if you make it awkward.
There we go. Alright,
We
so
talk
let's hold
about
it
it, it's
on
fine.
right left.
That was try to like it.
Ah.
Well, gentlemen, on behalf of all those present here in Hawaii and around the interwebs, and by the strength of your own love, it is my honor and delight to pronounce you equal partners joined in marriage. Curtis, David, you may kiss the groom.
Yeah, we need a slower one,
Oh,
please.
sorry.
Yeah.
Again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the first time as a married couple, Curtis Stone and David Amick. All right, so I think we're gonna take a minute to pour some champagne and do faith song and some, I don't know, toast or something. So we will be right back. Stick around.
This is a nice transition.
Background video is like a low on something.